Yo, they fully repaired the wall. How many are they? Insane. Yeah, here they are. I will blame my chrono for step issues. Sticky on tag. Fucking greens pushed from behind. We were sandwiched. Unlucky. I mean, we are just 36 people. Red is 50 and green is also about 30. They can push into red, but pushing into us, the smaller group, is kinda weird from behind. Nobody cares about points, it's all about the content and even fights. This game is way too old for points. Nice. There are at least 15 more. It's unlucky. Kelly, how's Ashes? I haven't played for a week. I guess people don't care because it will be wiped anyways. How's it going? All good, fine. We are just being outnumbered. There are at least 50 people. We are not even 40. We will try to get more. Yeah. But we were only as a guild, as an alliance guild. So this was still, even though we are almost 40 people, 37 all from the alliance. So now we will try to get even random people that are not really in the guild. I think we can beat them. Earlier we had, maybe you were already here, Inc, another guild, was pushing with us. So with Inc together we managed to kill them multiple times. Then we were actually 50 people. Yeah, should be fine with if we have even numbers. I mean, even now we do get a lot of kills, so there are a lot of people dying, but we are not able to finish them. And in the long run, during the fight, they win. Thanks for the follow. I see. Yeah, I'm also not so talkative because I'm in Discord, in voice with the group. And I'm just back from a business trip. Had a business trip for 3 days. So I try to relax a bit. Yeah, it was actually really good. Quite a luxurious, expensive hotel. And overall, the client is fine. So we got some good work done. Always faster if you work on site with the client together instead of remote work. At least from time to time. It's always the travel which exhausts me. Traveling on rail with a train in Germany is not so nice. I've heard that European rail is more convenient, better than what we have in the United States. Yeah, that's for sure. That's true. However, I went to Japan for 3 weeks a few years ago, and it was so much better. I think overall it is not bad, especially Switzerland, as I've heard, is pretty good. Germany is the issue that a few years ago the whole, let's say, government-driven rail company was managed by the government and had a lot of maintenance stuff and rules and regulatory stuff ongoing, where it was less less breakable, more reliant and heavily resilient. So you had less issues overall on the road, and less delays therefore. And since they changed it to the private sector, so now it's an actual business company, owned from a private perspective, no longer managed by the government, even though highly supported by the government, but no longer owned by the government. They are trying to make more profit and trying to not spend that much money on keeping the roads and the trains in a good shape. So therefore that causes a lot of issues during travel and a lot of delays. Yeah, Japanese Shinkansen is quite nice. I like, for example, that they are using their own roads. So the rail trails are different and not usable by the other trains. They are only for the speed trains. So they don't share any of the roads with other kind of trains, regional trains and so on. Yeah, in Germany it's basically that we were used to better and it got shitty. I can't go in there because I don't have step, so I have to stay on range and try to do some range damage with spare. Guild Wars related question: how do you know who to target in these big fights? So usually a good raid lead like our is putting markers on the enemies. So You can also put markers on specific targets. These are squad markers, so everybody in the squad can see them. For example, I have a marker on the tech because it's better for me to see him then, but this is a personal marker. This is not even the single target marker. You also have this red marker. So this red marker is just for the group. Only 5 people can see it in the squad. The 5 people that are within my group can see it in my party. The orange one, which I have always on the tech, on the commander, is just for me, for my visibility. And there are also raid markers. Which the commander is always doing. But we are mostly just trying to follow his lead by, for example, dodge left, dodge right, group here, push in 3, 2, 1 to Z place, hold the place, and kill the downs. So first priority is, even though if the commander calls nothing, that you try to finish the down states, that they are not able to rest them or that they are not getting rallied. So whatever the commander calls, that's the first priority in those large fights. You are trying to decimate the numbers. The damage dealers have the race to finish all of the kills, all of the down states, and the healers and supports have the race of to stop us from that. So to basically rest them quite fast, because once they are fully finished, they will not be able to rest in the fight. They just stopped. They saw us coming. So the commander is just doing basic directions and so on, and might stacking, so buffing before the fight. I got pulled and I'm down. The whole time I'm really lacking stability. My step is not so experienced, unfortunately. I might change the build. But here you can see, as soon as you see dark red bars, these are down states, and you are trying to finish them as fast as possible. Of course, some people are also pulling, so everybody has its own job. You should know what your place in the whole squad is, and what your role in the whole squad is. So as a damage dealer, I'm really only for trying to get these down states and at the end finish them before they get rest. Then there are also roles, different damage dealers can pull, for example, Dragonhunters and Scrapper. They can also boost your speed, give you quickness, so your skills are faster, which I'm also lacking, to be honest. So when I tried to use the banner, this banner, I only use it offensively. I tried to use the battle standard, the elite banner, to finish the down states. But when I don't have quickness, the cast time is very long, as you have seen. It takes ages. Until it's casted, they are already rest. So I need quickness from the scrapper. And stabby here. I did not have stab here. That's bad again. So some people are not doing their job in my group. The step was too late. So that's the issue playing with randoms. If we were only a small guild, which are highly trained in this, everybody knows it is role, then you get stability. You get everything quite fast. But let's see. We should be able to do it with randoms as well, in my opinion. We just need more numbers. It's quite similar to PvE raids, where everybody has also his role, and the better everyone individually performs, the better the whole group performs at the end. So this is just green. There are less people. Should be able to win this. Red is just too many. Yeah, this is no issue for us. My inventory is full. Okay, I have the numbers. So the green squad is 5 people less. They have about 35 people. Oh no. Green is here. I don't know why green is helping red. No clue. I guess they also don't mind, just want to fight someone. But from now on, our commander will not be easily pushed in the back. That was a good bomb. See, red now left because green is coming. Nobody wants to be in the sandwich. We want to give them space so we have actually room to fight. We don't want to fight on the bridge, even though it would be fun. All good, no worries. I also do tea and sometimes forget to drink it while I'm playing. Okay, red is back. I got pulled again. The stability is so bad. I hate it. Stability is unfortunately not that good. Might win this. We lost too many. That was a close fight. Maybe I should switch to guard. Against red, guard is better. Guardian. At least the game keeps you distracted while it cools, so you don't. I mean, yeah, true, but at the end it will be cold. I don't like tea cold. And I'm also using these kind of tea bags. I think if you leave them too long in the water, then it's not so good. At least now I'm God, and I'm no longer that much reliant on my chrono step. My favorite class. Oh, that's a tough question. It's either warrior or it really depends on the mode I'm playing, to be honest. But overall, for PvE, PvP, and World v World, I would say Guardian would be my choice. Guardian is you can do everything with Guardian. It's just so flexible. You can go support, you can go DPS. I prefer always DPS. I also like Rev, but when you get older, you prefer to play stuff that is a bit easier to play. Let me put it this way. So I would stick with Guardian and Warrior because you can do much stuff with them. The wall is still open. So against red, Guardian is definitely the better choice because they are pushing into us. So I can place traps and the traps will do the rest. I can also now pull them and I can also use my own step and blocks to have more sustain. So at large scale fights, it's definitely Guardian, I would say. On mid scale, so about 30 people, Warrior is more fun. I can see how one class would be fun in raids and telling people, yeah. It really depends in Guild Wars. But thanks to all the expansions, almost each class can do everything. Of course, not as good as the other class, but good enough. This slot is so annoying. I think in PvE it does not really matter. Balancing around PvP and World v World changes a lot of times. I mean, it's good to play all classes. If you know how they are playing and if you know most of the skills, then especially in PvP you have a big advantage. And that's the good part of Guild Wars. It's easy to learn but hard to master. At some point you realize how deep all the mechanics go. I hope Red comes back. I just switched to Guardian for Red, for the Red Zerg. If they are not coming back, that's sad. I'm just returning from an 11-year break from the game. Holy, then a lot of stuff changed for you. 11 years is a lot. Yeah, but take your time. At some point you will be up to date and I was too far. That was my bad. But we should win this. We should win this. They just dropped. They did heavy disrespect and we punished them. Finally, we got a win. I just learned how to do my first raid and I'm just playing the story in chronological order. That's good when I'm not in PvP or World v World. Yeah, especially World v World, you need good gear. Gear actually matters in World v World, I would say. That's why I kinda think even though mechanically PvP is way harder and you have to focus way more on small stuff, but you can just dive in. You don't need any gear. You can play the best builds from the very start and that's quite good, I would say, because that's what PvP should be about. It's about mechanical skills, reactions and so on, not about gear. World v World is therefore, in my opinion, the real end game. Even though the rewards are not that good. But it's fun. It's fun to have a large group to coordinate stuff and win fights. Yeah, guard is definitely better for these kind of fights. You can place your traps, you have so much more sustain and AoE damage. The only downside to PvP is that many players who mainly play that content make some games very... Yeah, that's true. PvP is missing a lot of the player base, but that's at some point also because of the PvP community, which is quite toxic. Even the good players have a good amount of toxicity. Oh, we have Wafu, but only this shit. That's not what I want. I need damage. White stake, that's for me. That's damage. With this way, just how high the skill ceiling is. Yeah. This skill ceiling is huge. But I kinda like the balancing in World v World. It looks like only the numbers really matter. Yeah, we also got some randoms, so it really is the numbers, especially interesting World v World balancing, which is fine by me if it's the numbers. One day I'd like to get into an organized group for World v World, doing Zergs with a real shot caller, and these types of fights seem very fun. Yeah, they are. Agree. I also really enjoy it. You just realize the difference of commanders, the difference of with whom you play. And as long everybody is doing their stuff, you can always win a fight, even though you are outnumbered. Of course, at this moment, the balancing looks like it's almost impossible to win a fight if the enemy is 10 plus than you. Oh, they are coming back because they won a lot of fights earlier, so maybe they are surprised, hey, why are we losing now? Huge. Thanks for the prime. Let's see if we win this. I pulled at least 2 people there. As they did before on me, so... You're welcome. Thanks a lot for the feedback. Yeah, but currently, unfortunately, Ashes Alpha is a bit boring. Missing a bit of content. And Steven announced last live stream on Friday that they will be definitely wiping the current server Shoal. So no, not so heavily interested right now because everything is already tested. Yeah, these fights are much better with Guardian, to be honest. And they also just run into the traps. Phase 3 will be good. So in August, hopefully we finally get the 24/7 servers. I say hopefully because, as always, everything is subject to change. We have to keep that in mind. And maybe they can manage to get the summoner ready in August. That would be great as well. For now, I think it looks good. So might be possible. Playing the game from the very start again for the 3rd time. Leveling up from 0 for the 3rd time is alright. If the economy is different, if the drop rates and so on is adjusted, and if we have the last archetype, if we have summoner, then it's a new and fresh gaming experience, testing experience. So that makes totally sense. Also from the data point side. Right now, phase 2.5, I will be honest, I think it's kinda a stalling phase without real new content which we can test and feedback on. So therefore, not many people are so motivated right now, which is okay, of course. Where are they going? I don't get it. It was a weird move. They just passed us. Okay. Interesting. I think they don't want to fight. Yeah, it is a famous, but very important to keep in mind, that line. Or you get disappointed, like many others. But I'm really happy that he just straight said in the live stream, hey, we are going to wipe Shoal. Last time the communication was really weird. It was like they wanted to merge Linnes and Vera, the 2 US servers, but I think they realized in the last minute that it's not really possible technically. So they merged it as a test and wiped it afterwards. And many people were thinking that we will continue playing until August on the merged server. But unfortunately, that did not happen. I also like the first impressions we got from Summoner, and especially that one guy who's working on it. Of course, there are more people, but at least one guy is playing Summoner on different games for over 20 years. So he kinda knows what else, what a Summoner can look like and how it will feel unique. I just hope they are able to get the right people for the open roles. Currently they have at least 2 very important open roles in the team. The first one is the Director for Economy, which is still open. And the second one is Senior Anti-Cheat Engineer. I genuinely think these 2 roles are very important right now. I've seen a lot of cheaters. Yeah, it's definitely difficult. I think the anti-cheat engineer is even more, I would say. I'm in the software field. Anti-cheat is interesting, but so complex. Yeah, I can imagine. I'm not that much into programming and so on, but as someone who has studied IT security and works in the field, I can imagine. However, I think economy would be easier to do. It's just hard, as they also talked about on the live stream, to do economy changes in the middle of a server. So if the server is already running for a few months, it does not really matter to change drops and so on. Yeah, that's true. It's also very broad, like IT in general. Once you reach a point of experience, you know that nobody will know everything ever. You will always rely on other people at some point. It is so broad, so much stuff. That's fine. That keeps us humble. And I think overall, the IT community, people working in IT, at least in my experience, are really good people. From a character perspective, not just a professional perspective. I just need to touch more grass, to be honest. So that's why from time to time, if I do a business trip like the last 3 days, it's refreshing. Usually most of the time work at home, work in my home office. And after the work at home, I am here streaming and or even if I'm not streaming, I'm playing some other games with friends. So I'm almost in front of the monitor, in front of the screen. So yeah, at some point it's too much. I think we destroyed Red. That's why we are trying to force them to fight us by trying to get the keep. Yay, they came. They are grouping up inside. This guy does not want to take the portal. Got some of them. There will be unfortunately ads for people who are not subbed in 20 seconds. Sorry in advance. I cannot delay it anymore. It's so insane. We just got 10 more people and we kill them so easily. Oh. At least we let them regroup. They might, yeah, they are building siege. These guys are crafters. Green is here as well. It's been a long time that I was in a squad with almost 50 people. I almost forgot that if you are fighting 50 versus 50, that your skills are not being casted. And at some point you can only auto attack. Totally independent of your connection. No matter how fast your connection is. People left. I guess it's almost bedtime for the European folks. Okay, confirmed. We broke red. They stopped the raid. Unfortunate. Trying to move 50 people is a bit insane. It's fine. I think we will be able to get everybody on green. Be nice if we get content here. Some more people are leaving. We managed to kill the soul beast. I have a feeling there will be no enemies here. We had to leave Red because Red tagged down after losing 4 times in a row, 5 times. Some green coming to defend. At least we have content. But not everybody is here. 2 guilds. They are huge. There's 36 people. Okay, never mind. I think we overestimated them. There are definitely more people, that's for sure. But it was our first engage, so maybe they underestimated us. Yeah, they are actually. The lead is World v World lead from the very beginning, so over 10 years. So he's very experienced, and since he was losing against Red earlier, he's trying to make it more safe and more even. He's looking always at the numbers, and if the enemy has way more, then he's playing more safe, trying to get the first down states finished and then push. For sure one of the most experienced leaders in Guild Wars. However, we have hit the time where almost every German is going to sleep. So you can see our numbers are shrinking rapidly. If green comes back, we might lose. They still have a dragon banner. There might be ads, sorry in advance. We almost got him. The commander is stopping. GG's. But that was fun, at least after I changed to guard. On Boria, unfortunately, I did not have enough step. Yes, we have it. Also a bit tired after 5 hours of travel. Question is, can we raid someone? Should I play a bit PvP? I think I'm way too tired for PvP. Great teapot. So you guys have at least another Guild Wars gamer. Thanks all for watching. was a quite nice stream, and have a good one. Cheers.